If you are over 60 and have spent months or even years waking up every morning with that uncomfortable sensation of phlegm stuck in your throat, that almost automatic need to clear it before you can speak normally, let me tell you something that could completely change the way you understand what is happening inside your body. Because no, it is not simply your age. It is not something you have to accept as an inevitable part of getting older. And it is not just a little extra mucus. It is a signal, a response, a defense mechanism that has remained activated longer than necessary. And when a protective system stays switched on continuously, it means something in your environment or inside your body is still sending alert signals. Mucus is an extraordinary biological tool designed to protect your airways. It traps dust, microorganisms, irritating particles, and any agent that could damage the delicate tissues of your lungs. And under normal conditions, it is light, fluid, and practically unnoticeable. Tiny microscopic structures slowly move it toward the stomach where it is neutralized without you even realizing it. But when production increases or its consistency changes and becomes thicker, that sticky sensation appears and begins to interfere with your voice, your sleep, and your daily comfort. And this is where most people make the mistake of trying to eliminate the phlegm without asking why the body decided to produce more. Think of your throat as the main entrance to a house equipped with an extremely sensitive alarm system. If the alarm goes off every day, it does not mean it is broken. It means something keeps crossing the perimeter repeatedly. It could be invisible dust, air that is too dry, digestive vapors rising during the night, or constant micro-irritations that go unnoticed but keep the defensive mechanism active. And one of the most overlooked factors in older adults is what is known as silent digestive irritation, which does not always cause obvious heartburn, but can allow small amounts of acidic content to rise, especially when you lie down, irritating the back of the throat and triggering an exaggerated protective response. Added to this is a detail almost no one mentions. As the years go by, the sensation of thirst decreases and many people unintentionally reduce their water intake, making secretions denser and harder to move, creating that constant need to clear the throat and repeated throat clearing. Although it provides momentary relief, can further irritate the tissues and perpetuate the cycle. The environment where you live also plays a fundamental role. Enclosed spaces with limited ventilation, microscopic household dust, chemical cleaning residues, environmental smoke, or sudden temperature changes can maintain a mild but continuous irritation. And this situation can intensify dramatically if you live in regions where winter is not just cold, but extreme. In certain northern states of the United States, in parts of Russia, in northern China, or anywhere a snowstorm can turn into a blizzard that leaves you trapped at home for days. Because when the outside air is icy and extremely dry, and the inside depends on constant heating, the result is an artificially dehydrated environment that dries out the mucous membranes, thickens phlegm, and slows its natural transport. Imagine being confined for 3 or 4 days, with windows closed, minimal ventilation, and the same air circulating repeatedly. Your home becomes your entire respiratory ecosystem, and if indoor humidity drops too low, the mucous membranes lose their ability to keep secretions fluid, intensifying that obstructed feeling precisely when access to medical services or supplies is limited. Now consider this. You are in the middle of a heavy snowstorm, roads blocked, services delayed, and you notice you are clearing your throat more often. Your voice sounds hoarse. The discomfort worsens at night. Is it necessarily something serious? No, but it is a clear sign your environment needs immediate adjustment before the discomfort escalates. When phlegm thickens in cold climates, it can cause more coughing, disrupt sleep, and increase irritation, draining your energy at a time when you need to conserve warmth and stability. And if you are also eating heavier winter foods and moving less, the cycle strengthens even more. So what can you do if you literally cannot leave your home? First, control indoor humidity. Keep it at moderate levels using humidifiers or safe methods to increase moisture without compromising household safety. Second, consciously increase hydration even if you do not feel thirsty. Third, Avoid heavy meals before bed and slightly elevate your torso to reduce nighttime irritation. Fourth, ventilate briefly when conditions allow to refresh indoor air without losing excessive heat. Fifth, limit excessive use of strong chemical products during prolonged confinement. And most importantly, prioritize nasal breathing because the nose warms and humidifies the air before it reaches the throat, while mouth breathing in extreme cold worsens dryness. Now let me ask you something important. What happens if you ignore these measures winter after winter? Recurrent irritation can solidify into a chronic seasonal pattern that returns with greater intensity each year. But if you intervene strategically, you can break that cycle even while living in extreme climates. The key is not resignation or relocation. It is understanding that during a storm, your home becomes the primary environment shaping how you breathe and how your defensive system responds. Beyond environmental factors, there are age-related physiological changes that affect mucus transport efficiency. The microscopic structures responsible for moving secretions can lose speed and coordination, favoring accumulation, and if you add chronic stress, which alters digestion and increases mucosal sensitivity, the system can remain in a prolonged state of alert. When you step back and observe the complete picture, you realize persistent phlegm is not an independent enemy, but the visible result of a combination of internal and external conditions that require adjustment. And the good news is that the body retains remarkable adaptability even after 60. When you improve sleep posture, distribute meals more evenly, maintain consistent hydration, optimize ventilation and humidity, reduce irritants and replace repetitive throat clearing with mindful pauses, water and deep breathing, tissues can gradually recover. Many people notice within weeks that frequency decreases, the voice clears, and sleep improves, proving you are not condemned to live with constant discomfort, but can actively influence your respiratory balance. And if you live in a country with extreme winters, pay close attention to how you manage your indoor environment during winter storms, because small adjustments at critical moments can make a significant difference in your overall well-being. So if this message helped you understand your situation from a broader perspective, share it with someone who endures harsh winters and write in the comments which country or region you are watching from. Because the more we understand your environment, the more precise the actions you can take regarding your health to face daily challenges. Do not miss our upcoming videos dedicated to protecting your quality of life. Subscribe for weekly senior health education. Disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Always consult your physician or healthcare provider before making changes to your health routine. If you are over 60 or care for someone who is, this channel is for you.